Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Om Jaya Jaya Shankara Hara Hara Shankara. Jai Sri Krishna. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Why is that Bharat or India will always be immortal? Why is that Bharat will always remain as the eternal light for the entire world? It is because of the innumerable great saints who have blessed this holy land since infinite time, which has no beginning. And this land will always remain as the holy land without any end, again for an infinite time going forward. Why so? It's always because of the tremendous blessings this holy land has received from the great saints since the ages, without any break. There is no other land or country in the world which has been blessed with such great saints as we have been experiencing the kind of divine blessings of such innumerable great saints. It is just only because of the blessings of such great saints that Bharat was, is, and will be the eternal supreme spiritual light for the entire world. Bharat will always remain as the eternal spiritual light for each and every being who have been born in this holy land, and also for those who may be living out of this holy land but yet are internally linked with this holy land of Bharat. Those beings who may be physically apart, who may be physically living elsewhere outside of Bharat, but still have an earnest wish or desire to attain the ancient spiritual wisdom of this land, will always be guided and called to this divine and eternal spiritual dharma. It is a fact that innumerable saints have blessed this holy land by taking birth here, by living here, by blessing this holy land by walking along this land barefoot for so much of time, since time immemorial. Let me quote one such example of a divine blessing by one of the greatest saints of India, Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi. It was in the year 1947, around the second week of August, wherein, like in so many different cities and towns across Bharat, wherein people have been beginning to celebrate the occasion of the Independence Day, which was going to happen in the next few days at that time. So likewise, even the place where Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi was living, even in those places also, like people were planning to hoist the national flag at some appropriate place on that day, and they were making all the necessary things for to make that happen. So one of the devotees of Bhagavan Sri Ramana, she was also taking part in the Independence Day functions which was held in the town, and she also invited those workers and the officials over there to the ashram so that they can also kind of participate and receive the blessings of Bhagavan. So to that effect, she was kind of doing some simple things in terms of decorating the ashram here and there with the flag and various other things. And actually the ashram president, he wasn't liking this that much. He was of the view that ashram being for the sole purpose of sharing the spiritual insight of our ancients, there is no need for us to celebrate the functions like Independence Day, etc. But the fact was that even Bhagavan himself was also actively taking part in the simple decorations which was going on in the ashram one day before, and he himself was doing his bit in terms of whatever little things he can do. So the ashram president wasn't really liking all these things. He even tried to stop the devotee from doing all these things, but yet Bhagavan intervened, and he informed the president that the devotee shall go ahead with whatever the things she was doing. So that way Bhagavan was also taking part in the simple decorations in the ashram, like pasting the flags here and there and doing the other required things, etc. So on 15th August, the devotee, she went to the town and requested the officials and workers over there to come to the ashram. So they also came to the ashram on that day, and the devotee, she went inside the old hall or the meditation hall where Bhagavan usually used to sit there, and then she requested Bhagavan to come out so that Bhagavan can hoist the national flag in the presence of the workers and officials at the exact place where it was supposed to be hoisted. So Bhagavan came out of the hall and then went straight to the place which was over the dining hall, basically the top of the dining hall where the flag was supposed to be hoisted. So Bhagavan went there. Basically there was a good gathering of people. The entire ashram wore a festive look, with the only difference being, instead of being kind of fully charged with the kind of spiritual vibrations, on this occasion it was also an occasion of the kind of tremendous faith, love, affection, and the supreme joy of the day of independence for everyone over there. So Bhagavan went there, and then he hoisted the flag himself with his own hands, and then Bhagavan also shed tears of joy on that occasion of hoisting the flag, while hoisting the flag himself. So many people who were standing near Bhagavan, including the devotee, were the witness to this grand divine action of Bhagavan himself hoisting the national flag and then shedding tears of joy and happiness while doing that, while hoisting the flag himself. So let us imagine how much blessed this holy land is, and how much blessed this entire society or the people who are living in Bharat, so that this holy land is getting blessed by such great saint like Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. And this kind of blessings will remain forever. There is no end to the effect of such blessings of great saints. Such a Brahma Jnani like Bhagavan himself hoisting the national flag and shedding tears of joy and love, and such a kind of compassion means that this holy land will always remain great for a time period which is infinite, and this land will always bless the people, whether from Bharat or those from outside of Bharat, as long as they have this longing and true earnestness to attain this supreme goal of liberation. There is one of the verses of Tiruvannamalai composed by Bhagavan Sri Ramana. He says, the Supreme God Arunachala, having hoisted the flag of Anugraha or the grace, and then erasing the ego of the individual. So once the ego getting erased, how can the individual retain his individual sense or the individuality as he was earlier? So this action of Bhagavan hoisting the flag is very similar, in the sense that with the hoisting of the flag, Bhagavan is assuring all of us the divine blessings, so that each one of us will get removed of our impurities, the ego, the individual sense, and we shall all attain the union with the Supreme Being, the liberation to go beyond all the bondage in this very life. This practice of hoisting of the national flag is, even today it is still going on, this practice of hoisting national flag, and happens each and every year. So such is the greatness of this holy divine land of Bharat, so that such great saints will always be taking birth in this holy land to bless all the beings in the entire world. It is not that only Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi who has blessed in such a supreme manner. We also have such great saints like Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekananda, Sri Aurobindo, the Divine Mother of Pondicherry, Sri Ananda Mahima, Sri Kanchi Mahaperiva, Swami Hariharanand Saraswati, who also was actively taking part in guiding the nation to be on the path of Dharma, even while we are in the process of getting independence. So, this way, innumerable saints have blessed or blessing and will be blessing this holy land forever, and such is the greatness of this country. So let us always have this in mind, the great, supreme, eternal spiritual tradition of this divine land, and let us make full use of this opportunity which we all have got by taking birth in this holy land. And even those who may not be taking birth here, but yet who are divinely linked to this holy land in terms of their being earnest about the quest for self-realization. Also, it is something interesting to note that Bhagavan generally used to be very kind to all the animals and all forms of beings alike. There used to be a lot of monkeys who used to come in groups and try to ask for some fruits or food from the ashram. And Bhagavan has always been very affectionate, and he used to keep a separate bunch of fruits, etc., to be given to the monkeys. So on this probably few days before the Independence Day, again a group of monkeys, they came to the place where Bhagavan used to reside, but the ashram, the worker, he kind of chased away the monkeys, saying that they have come in a huge group and it would be difficult to feed everyone. And he did this chasing of monkeys while Bhagavan was not there. So after Bhagavan came back, he understood what happened, and then he called that worker, and then Bhagavan told him, see, this Independence Day is also an occasion to celebrate an occasion of attaining independence for these monkeys too. So in fact, rather than chasing them away, we should in fact be giving them a big feast on that day. So this is what Bhagavan said, and as he said, on the day of independence, August 15, 1947, a big feast was arranged for all the monkeys, and they were fed with all the kind of fruits, etc. Such was his compassion to all forms of life. So let us keep this in mind and do our bit in keeping alive this great spiritual tradition of Bharat. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Jai Jai Shankara Hara Hara Shankara. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Jai Sri Krishna.